Hey guys, have you ever seen a bear around Juneau? They seem to be everywhere this time of year. In a minute, I'm going to read you a story that has characters in it who are bears. And there's a girl in it who has blonde hair. Can you predict what story I'm going to read to you? If you said Goldilocks and the Three Bears, then you are absolutely correct. But I'm not going to just read you this story because it's a fun read. We can actually learn something about reading from this story. This story is going to help teach us how to pick a just right book that we can enjoy reading by ourselves. As I'm reading, I want you to be thinking about how things can be different from each other or even the same. Oh, Mr. Wyatt, that's too small. Lucas, that thing is too big. Eli, I think that's too loud. And Lucas, am I whispering too quiet for you? Whoa, too close. Too far. When we look at things this way, it's called comparing them. We compare one thing to another to see how they're the same and they're different. So I hope you enjoy the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And tomorrow we'll talk about how it can help us pick a just right book. And now for the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Look at this old thing. Look, it was only 89 cents. Oh. Lots of dust on it. Let me get going here. Once upon a time, there were three bears, and they plumped themselves down before three bowls of porridge, piping hot from the pot. Oh. You know what? I could read this book, or I could tell it better than that. Let's get rid of this. I'm just going to tell you the story. Wait, I've got some costumes around here. Let's see. Yeah, there's that one there. And there's that. And here I got, there's that one there. Okay, here we go. A screaming chicken. Okay, we won't need that. Okay, woo, here we go. Oh, things are falling. Wouldn't you know things would fall. Okay. Once upon a time, wait, get out of here, turkey. Once upon a time, there were three bears. There was the Papa Bear. I'm Papa Bear. There was the Mama Bear. I'm Mama Bear. And there was the Baby Bear. Hey there, I'm the Baby Bear. And one morning they got up and they started to eat their porridge, which is kind of like oatmeal. And the Papa Bear said, here's my bowl. And that is too hot. And then the Mama Bear said, let me taste mine. And she took hers and she goes, that is too hot. And then the Baby Bear got his, too hot. And so Papa Bear said, let's go for a walk in the forest together. Oh, that sounds like a great idea. Ooh, I love that idea. Let's go for a walk. And so they went for a walk in the forest. Well, a few minutes later, tra-la-la, along comes Goldilocks, just a little random girl walking through the forest. And Goldilocks comes to the bear's house. And she said, ooh, an old house. I think I'll go into the house. And so she goes into the house and she looks on the counter and she sees three bowls of porridge, which, as I've said, is kind of like oatmeal, but I'm not entirely sure. And so she takes and she sits down and she goes, "Oh, I'm really, really hungry." And she goes, "Ah, that is too hot." And she goes over and she sits down and she gets the next one and she goes, "Oh, that is too cold." And then she goes over and she gets another one and she goes, "Oh, that's just right." And she eats it all up. And then she goes into the living room and she sees 3 chairs and she says, "Oh, I'm going to sit in these chairs." And she sits in the first chair and she sits down and goes, "Ugh. Oh, that chair is way too soft. I can't even get out of it. Oh." And she somehow climbs out of it. And then she goes and she sits on the next one and she sits down and goes, "Oh, this chair is way too hard." And she decides to get up. She gets up and she looks over and she sees a small, little, cute little chair. Oh, isn't that cute? And she sits down in that chair and she falls out of the chair. It's like, "Oh no, I broke that chair, but that's okay. It's not my chair." And so then she goes, tra-la-la, up the stairs. And she gets to the top of the stairs. And she sees 3 beds. And she goes, "Oh, 3 beds." And she goes and runs and she jumps in the first one. Woo! Flunk! And the bed completely covers her up. "Oh, I can't get out. This is too soft. Too soft." And she falls out of that bed. Clunk! And she goes, "Oh, there's another bed." And she goes and runs and she goes, jumps. Whoomp! And she hits it and she's like, "Ow, that hurt. Because that one is way too hard." And she rolls out of it like, "I think I hurt something." And then she goes and she finds a little bitty bed and she stands at the end of it and she just falls back. Wonk! And she goes, "Oh, this bed is just right." Oh, and after a minute or two, she falls asleep. Well, just about that time, out of the forest comes the 3 bears. Papa Bear, "Ah, the dog, what a great walk." Mama Bear, best walk I've ever been on." And Baby Bear, "I love walking in the forest. And look, I found these cool sunglasses too. They are awesome. Wah!" Okay, and then they go inside and Papa Bear looks down at the table where the porridge was and he goes, "Hey, someone's been eating my porridge. That makes me angry." And then Mama Bear goes, "Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Someone has also been eating my porridge. And oh, they've eaten some of my porridge. Ooh, that makes me angry." And then Baby Bear goes, as he got this cool sunglasses, Baby Bear goes, oh, someone's been eating my porridge too. And they ate all of it. Wah! Well, then they decide to go into the living room and they see the 3 chairs. Oh, and they see the 3 chairs. And Papa Bear looks down at his chair and he goes, "Hey, someone's been sitting in my chair, I could tell." And then Mama Bear, she goes, oh dear, someone's been sitting in my chair too, I can tell." And then Baby Bear says, "Someone's been sitting in my chair too, and they broke it." Ooh. And they were all really befuddled about that. Befuddled, that's a great word. And then they go upstairs and Papa Bear looks over and he says, "Hey, someone has been sleeping in my bed and they messed it up." And Mama Bear says, oh dear, someone's been sleeping in my bed too, and they really messed it up." And then Baby Bear goes, "Hey, someone's been sleeping in my bed, and they're still there! Wah! And so all three of the bears gather around Mama Bear. Oh, there is somebody sleeping. Oh, there is somebody sleeping in your bed. And Papa Bear. Where's that? Okay. Oh, someone has been sleeping in your bed, and they're still there. And then Papa Bear looks down at Goldilocks, and here's Goldilocks, and she's in the bed, and she's sleeping. And Papa Bear says, excuse me, little girl, wake up. And Mama Bear goes, oh, excuse me, little girl, wake up. And then Baby Bear still going, oh, little girl, wake up, you're in my bed. And they all lean over down and they stare at her. Baby Bear stares at her. Mama Bear stares at her. Papa Bear stares at her, and she wakes up. And she looks up, and staring right at her, right in her face, are Papa Bear. Little girl, you've been in our house. And Mama Bear. Oh dear, little girl, you've been in our house. And Baby Bear. Why have you been in our house? You're sleeping in my bed, and you broke my chair, and you ate all my porridge. Why? Why? And Goldilocks looks up at them and goes, ah, 3 bears! And she jumps out of the window, and she goes running away back into the forest, never to be seen again. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the story of Goldilocks and 1, 2, and 3 bears. And I hope you've enjoyed that story, because that story is going to be super important in tomorrow's lesson. You have a good day.